Hi guys, so in this video we are going to see foundation law certified copies of different students. Around 6 certified copies I have. In around 10 minutes we will try to run through and see what you should do, what you should not do. These belong to the June 24 dangerous attempt of ICAI. We are going to review these answer sheets. In no particular order, I don't know who these students are also. Got it from our groups. Students who are part of our group who gave consent, we have taken it with consent, number 1. This student got 44 out of 100 in foundation law. This is the paper where 100 marks is fully law guys, new syllabus. First, I am going to take random questions from random papers just to show you comparison of how they are evaluating and what is expected. Act applicable, Sale of Goods Act. It does not matter to the examiner because that is given in the question itself most of the times. Provision. Price is a monetary consideration that buyer has to pay to the seller for goods received. Price may be fixed by the parties to a contract or may be left to be fixed in a manner agreed among them. I generally have the habit of not reading the questions and directly going to the answer. Why sir? When I read the answer, I should know what the question is. Otherwise, your answer is not up to the mark. We will prove that today itself with some answers. This underline over here in red by ICAI means that is conceptually wrong provision. However, if price was left to be fixed by third party, so here they are discussing Sale of Goods Act section 8 and 9, price fixed by third party. Due to circumstances, if third party refuses or cannot make such a contract, agreement will be void. But in case buyer has already received property from goods, ownership is transferred, then he has to pay a reasonable price. Okay, you have explained provisions in relation to price fixed by third party, price determined by third party. Facts. In this case, Sony, a friend of Priya, to whom Priya agreed to sell her two-wheeler, was decided by the price to be fixed by Priya's father. Priya handed over to Sony and Priya's father refused for the price. Now Priya asked for two-wheeler. Very good. Explained facts over here. You don't get marks for facts. 0 marks for facts, but it enhances your presentation. So step 2 2 marks mainly for the provision. Even those few things are not wrong, these things are unnecessary in the provision. What is written is this is the relevant provision for which student got 2 marks. Straight away conclusion, ideally this should be analysis plus conclusion. How should you write the analysis? Referring to the above provision and facts, we can conclude. So give one build up referring to above provisions and facts. Priya cannot take back two-wheeler from Sony as she has already given the keys to two-wheeler for a reasonable price. If Priya had not handed over the keys, then she can rescind and cancel the contract. Very well written. 4 out of 5 marks or 4 out of 4, whatever it is. So if you can see this answer, provision is there. They have analysis and even conclusion analysis is mixed, it's fine. Not bad. 4 out of 5 or 6 mark question is reasonably good. Next, here also student got 5 out of 5 or 5 out of 6. So it looks like the student out of 44, first 10 marks itself is coming in first 2 questions. That means as a student kept going for subsequent questions, there is some trouble. Ram wants to incorporate a company in which he will be the only member. Therefore, concept is 1% company. They are writing all provisions of 1% company. Excellent. Salient features of 1% company. Who can be the member? Who cannot be member? One limits. Somewhere 120 days has to be there guys prior to nominee. Must not exceed. Share capital shall not exceed 25 lakh in rupees maximum. Turnover of 1% company shall not exceed 60 lakh. This is old provision. This is wrong. I think the examiner missed to see this. You are lucky. This is a wrong provision which is before amendment. You wrote that. And then minor cannot be a member, but other provisions of 1% company, 120 days, all of those are missing guys, or did you write and I didn't see? No, all that is missing. Fortunately student got 5, but it's good student got 5, doesn't matter. This part is not wrong, it's old provision, but still all the provisions of 1% company is there. Still a few are missing, that 120 days limit. Then if you become member of 2 OPCs within 180 days, you have to choose which OPC to continue. 5 marks have come. Okay, leave it. Sometimes you get good marks also like this. Not a big deal. Okay, let's proceed to next one. Let me take some question where the marks have not been awarded fully. So got only 2 marks. Okay. Let's take this Act applicable Indian Partnership Act. Provisions. Partnership in relation between 2 or more persons, they will share profits. What is Partnership Act? At least there must be 2 people. If on consent of all partners agreement, partnership deed, they may be dissolved. Okay. Dissolution of partnership can be done in what are the modes. Okay. The provision I feel here is very cluttered. You are writing what is partnership. Partnership can be dissolved if there are 2 or more people give, 2 or of all the partners give consent. What are the modes of dissolution? It's only on the borderline. What is the detailed provision? I am not able to get here. In the following case, let's see if the facts can help. P, Q and R are partners and operate motor business. Specify routes. The business was incurring losses. However, P wants to continue the business for remaining period. So what is the provision? This is mainly talking about particular partnership for a particular period where one partner wants to close, dissolve the business, where one of the cases where dissolution by court, if there is continuous losses, one partner can apply to the court for dissolution. This provision I am sure all of you know. That is only the point that is required. So here in the provision, the student is supposed to emphasize on the concept dissolution by court, that continuous losses. That point is missing in the full provision, and that is why student got only 1 mark instead of 2. Remember to write the provision specific for the case. Do not write extra points. Now here, in light of the provisions, you have striked off. P can insist to continue the business if all partners have agreed to continue, or with mutual understanding they can decide whether they should continue the business or want to wind up. If they decide to wind up, they have to apply to the court due to continuous losses. Again that point is missing. That is why student got 2 out of how much ever, 4 or 5. If those clear points were written, more marks would have definitely been given. Okay. As you keep going, you can see this question fully student got 0 because it is clear this symbol says provision is wrong. Where the provision is wrong, do not expect any marks. Facts will anyway not carry any marks. Therefore, conclusion also will be wrong because your provision is wrong. Let us go to next answer sheet. 61 out of 100. Sir, this paper only I am waiting, sir. 61 out of 100 means how did they write? Look at this. First question itself, student got how much totally? They got 5 marks in the first question itself out of 6. Excellent. Look at this. First they wrote the facts. For facts you do not get any marks, but presentation wise it improves. So I know this is the question. What is the question? Purchase some copper filter on credit and promise to pay the amount of 54,000 in 9 equal monthly installments. R required a guarantor for this transaction. S came as guarantor and sold the goods to P. They are talking about Indian Contract Act over here. So according to provisions of Indian Contract Act, guarantee provisions is a person who promises to discharge the debt performance in case of failure of principal debtor. Excellent. In provision first they are writing what is guarantee. In case the principal debtor becomes insolvent, the guarantor will have right of reduction. They are talking here about the concept of right of reduction in guarantee chapter. Towards the end it comes in rights of guarantor surety it will come. Right of reduction, right to share reduction, that provision is tested, that is written. So provision is so crisp. What is guarantee? What is right of reduction? Analysis. In the given case, P paid 4 months installment and subsequently becomes insolvent. Therefore, the remaining installments only I should pay. In the above provision says that right of reduction for guarantee of S Limited will be liable after the position of P to estate to proceed over here. Conclusion. B will be liable only for the amount due after R can recover whatever is left from P's estate. So neatly put. The analysis is correctly, look at this, as the provision says, the right of reduction. They have mixed the provision and facts and perfectly analyzed. Analysis is nothing but, hey, what is the law? What happened here? What is my interpretation? Neatly written, and conclusion is just 1 line. You can recover remaining from P's estate. Conclusion is always 1 line. Case 2, again facts are written, provision neatly put over here. Look at this. Provision carries only 2. Student got 2 out of 2. Full 2 marks. Analysis, they have done some analysis. What is in the given case? R has misrepresented the goods entered into contract. R has found out the whoever person conclusion. So neatly given, right? You can see it over here so neatly, where the student has basically done what? Student has written the facts, analysis, provision and conclusion. Look at every question so neatly given. If conclusion is wrong, student did not get any marks. Then this is effect of non-registration, direct to question. This talks about section 69 of Indian Partnership Act. If you don't register, what all happens? Straightforward from book 4 principles: cannot sue, third party can sue, right to set off, and one more point will be there, cannot sue against partners. That's it. All the points are there. It has some exceptions. Fully written, 3 out of 3. Why should I reduce marks over here? So again, look at this question. Last question we will take. Full marks student got. Provision, forget section number. They have written the full provision in detail. Then they wrote the facts in brief, and then they are giving the analysis for both the cases. Comes to conclusion. So this is how you write your law answers, guys. Instead of writing irrelevant points, write what is relevant. This is our part 1 of CA Foundation Certified Copies review. We will keep reviewing more in subsequent parts. If you need specifically, sir, review it like this, how to improve, let me know in the comments. We will keep adding them on in the subsequent videos. Thank you.